that's the fun of drawing these. It's like, it's not necessarily what I would choose, but, all right. All right, class, good to see you. Welcome to.
When is this class over?
Well, I will just take that as a joke. Were you really asking?
This is a syllabus class though, right? So we just read through the syllabus and then we get to read, right?
Right. You turned in, what, 2 essays by now?
I'm not sure.
I'm kidding.
It's not right.
So 1 essay, and then you're doing the reading, right? Through
That's right.
Chutes, Ladders, and Life, my book.
Yeah.
Well, you know, read the book and say you like it, and you'll get an A.
I
I'm
like
sort of
that.
kidding on that too.
I love it.
Good, thank you. That's good. How many of you played Chutes and Ladders, by the way?
I think no, I'm thinking of Candyland.
Oh.
They have ladders.
You know, if I write another book, I'll name it. I'll name it Candyland and Chaos. Corruption, that would be good.
Yeah.
Candyland
Corruption.
and Corruption and Cavities.
I will buy
Candyland,
that one.
Cavities and Corruption. That would sound better. By Dr. Donald Danforth. I like that. Half of the things that's marketing. All right. Well, I have been thinking some more. I'd like to talk about the idea of sex. I met some parents last week who, and occasionally I hear about this, but it was interesting that I actually met them. They were visiting the campus, and they noticed some of the sexual symbols and signs in the dorms, and I don't know where they were from, but it just seems like I was talking to somebody from another planet. I don't know if you've ever felt that way, where you just feel like you're talking to somebody who's come from Mars or the moon on this topic. They were asking if why are the dorms co-ed, and it made me think, wow, I wanted to call them Mr. and Mrs. Rip Van Winkle. Dorms have been co-ed on our campus now for, I don't know, 3 decades, and gone are the restrictions and rules that are the things that movies are made out of. But sex is something that is good. And I'm going to say that again, sex is something that's good. And there are a lot of safe ways and good ways, because it's natural, to have sex with yourself, with others. What's wrong? Tell me, am I just completely wrong on this? Because, are you going to tell me that?
I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I'm going to show you other options here. Some other points we got going on here.
Oh, well, I like
All
that.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
Crawford, right?
Yes.
All right.
There's Crawford. Well, you know, like you said, sex is good. Sex is, great stuff. It's been designed to do anyways. I believe, personally, that sex should be in the context of a marriage and also couples of love. I believe that sex should be given to someone that you love, not just anyone on earth. I believe this just because I believe that overly abusing the ability can be also emotionally damaging and not give you that same love you'd have for one person if you do end up falling in love with, if you ever fall in love, because you've been so corrupted by your heart being wrenched so many different ways. I mean, I don't know about you, but from what I've heard is you have a very emotional attachment to the person that you have sex with. So, I mean, if you're getting wrenched over here, getting ripped away from them, then going over here, getting ripped away from them, eventually you're just going to go numb, and you're not going to be able to have the ability to love the true person you want to, which is going to make marriage, you know, not as great.
I thought that was all just getting old, but yeah, go ahead.
I'm an old-fashioned person. I'm pretty old-fashioned, which is going to make the marriage not as great at all, so, and maybe some complications in marriage, leading to a divorce. If they have kids, you know, it's going to separate them, cause more emotional problems between the whole family, and yeah, it's just a really bad foundation, I believe. And but it is good. I just believe that should be inside with constant marriage with one person that you love truly.
All right, well, that's very clear. So you believe that the structures are there for a purpose, and you've argued them. I think you've argued them well, And there are those that believe that with you, and not just religious people. Are you a Christian yourself?
I am.
So you would argue that the restrictions in the Bible for sex are therefore a practical purpose?
Yes, I mean, yes, the restrictions of the Bible say, and obviously the Bible says not to have sex before marriage, but I think also it's not just because God said not to. I think also it helps us out in life in general. It gives us something to follow in life, like, your diseases are going to be a minimum if you do this, which is studies have shown, if people don't go around like crazy, having sex with everybody, diseases are lowered down and taken down to a nice level, and also, if not any disease at all.
How could a couple, and I'll ask you this and then I'll open up the class, how could a couple who's never had sex, so they're living in the Christian, by the Christian parameters you just mentioned, or biblical, let's say, because there are those who are from a more Judeo-Christian background, theistic and biblical, would say that the first time a couple should have sex is when they're already committed to the relationship. Doesn't it make more sense to, what if there are couples who are incompatible sexually? Wouldn't it make more sense to experience sex beforehand? And we're not talking about just sex with everybody, we're talking about sex with people who love each other before they're married. Because what if the man's only purpose is to, for instance, have sex, and he finds it something he doesn't want to live with for 50 years? Wouldn't it be better to not commit and not get married, knowing that that would be the case?
Well, if that was the case, then they wouldn't truly be in love in the first place. If the man is only using women for sex. So what they believe is love is actually not what it truly is.
So you believe it's better to have love and bad sex?
I believe that if two couples are in love, they would wait. If they made a decision, I believe that they should wait until they're actually fully committed in marriage to have sex. Because if they're in love, they both respect that factor, especially as a Christian would. They respect that factor and know that it's best for them and what's right.
But if it's best to wait, they could be locked into a relationship and not have the kind of physical intimacy and pleasure in that they could have had with somebody else. And you're saying that that's a better marriage, to have kind of a second-rate marriage than one that could be as good as it could be, with the, all the cylinders hitting on, all the pistons firing on as they should, sexually, emotionally, mentally. And you're saying that if they have a mental and emotional relationship but not a good sexual relationship, that's okay?
Yes. I believe it's better to have a physical...
So sex really isn't that important to you?
It's not at all.
Wow. I think you're probably the only one on the university campus that believes that, but... yes, what's your name?
Yeah, James, remember?
James. I should have. Nice to see you, James.
No, I think, so you're saying that marriage is legitimate only because of love, right?
I think it should be...
Right, okay, so if the couple no longer loves each other, is the marriage legitimate? It's still legitimate even without love?
Oh, without love? No.
Okay,
I don't think
so let's say one of the members of the couple decides that they're not interested anymore. Does that mean that the marriage can be dissolved?
Yes. Yeah, well, no, during the context of marriage.
In the
In the
context
context
of
of marriage, no, because if they were truly in love, they would never have that problem.
right, but what I'm saying is, what if one of them, okay, so you're saying that people can have perfect love?
Yes.
Okay.
And when that perfect love ends, then they can get a divorce?
I don't think perfect love will ever end. Love's infinite, and if two couples are in love, they're going to stay together.
So what is love? Because isn't love, how would you define love? This kind of...
Oh my gosh.
Well, while you're thinking, Michelle, did you have something?
Yes, I did. So you believe that sex should only take place with couples who are truly in love and committed to each other, right?
Yes, in marriage, yes.
So what if there's a couple that's engaged and they're going to be married and they're truly committed and they love each other? Why can't they have sex then?
Well, they've already made that far. Why not just wait a little longer?
Well, why would you wait longer if you could do
Well,
it now and you love each other?
are they,
and committed?
okay, well, it also depends on, with their what actually religion is, their background is. If they're Christians, then they'll wait because they know that if they love each other, they'll wait for each other.
So I'm not a Christian, so I could have sex with my fiance, and that's cool.
Well, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm not saying you can do anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying what I believe, right?
Okay.
Why do you believe, so, and that's in the Bible, right?
Yeah, it's in the
Can you
Bible.
give, how much time do we have?
That was just 4 minutes.
That was 4 minutes, okay. Great job.